I mean, in those days, my activism was about human rights mostly.
Yeah.
I mean, my generation was politicised by the hippies, and punk was a reaction against the fact that the people who'd caused the Vietnam War were still running the world. And it was like, we are not going to accept any of your taboos or your values at all. All activists, you, everybody, were all driven by the same motive. We cannot stand human suffering. We can't stand the mismanagement of the world, that, you know, the people in power are just, well, right now we suffer climate change, the end of civilization and the extinction of the human race. It's the rotten financial system that's the cause of the whole thing. It takes money from the poor and gives it to the rich. That's essentially what it's all about. And therefore you've got this incredible gap, and it creates climate change because it's raping the earth, and it creates poverty. And so the thing is that I think politicians are criminals because poverty causes crime. And in fact, if
that's very true. Unemployment causes crime. Lack of education causes crime.
Homelessness is a crime.
Homelessness causes crime. When did you stop referring to yourself as a designer and only as an activist?
I guess I never stopped referring to myself as a designer. I don't know, it's just that most of my designs at the moment require these graphics all the time, you know, because I'm an activist. And so, no, I'm a fashion designer and an activist, and this is my career, and each help the other. And it's very, very important to look great if you want to make a point, because then people, I think, will listen to you more, you know. Look, I'll just talk about Edward, because Edward is why we're here talking to each other. I showed him something. I showed him that I'd made these cards. Because I'm an activist and I'd done so many graphics, I thought I'm going to put them on a set of playing cards. And I did, and I looked at it, and I realised that if you connect the dots of all these 50-something cards, then you have a complete strategy, dot by dot, of how to save the world, honestly. I had one card that said, what's good for the economy is good for the planet. And so I made another card which said, what's bad for the economy is bad for the planet, because this is true. And by that, and just looking at a few more dots, I realised that the problem was rot dollar. That's what that rot dollar's about there. The crash is going to happen in 10 years, whether there would be climate change or not, because it's bring on the debt, let's increase the debt, we're just living on debt. Trump, bring it on, more debt, richer we get. Can't go on forever, it's going to crash in 10 years.
We are definitely in a very serious global warming, climate change disaster.
Yeah.
And it's like they're coming consistently. Like, we used to hear of things when we were younger, but it was like maybe once a year there'd be something.
Yeah.
It's like every month or twice a month in some part of the world that innocent people are suffering from a natural disaster. What can people do out there to play their part in saving this planet?
I want to say the first thing is that Edward did the right thing because he put me and you together. That's something people can do. They can talk to people and get people to join in the conversation. It's not enough, Naomi, to just live the life you've got already. You've got to stick to the 3 R's: reduce, reuse, recycle. That's the last thing you should be doing.
Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Yeah, and so that's it. So you reduce the clothes you're buying. You buy quality, not quantity. Make sure you want to keep on wearing it. Go to work in an evening dress if you want. At the same time, we need to get the government to say that public transport is free. That needs to go together with it. Nobody in London needs a car. It's not helpful.